I have all these things that I can't tell you.
Thank you so much for coming out here with me, Christopher. I'm having a wonderful time. You mean a lot to me, and I'm glad that you're having a blast. I am so out of breath.
Hi. It's me. I guess just call me back when you have a chance. Hi. Hi. It's me. I miss your face. I was just calling to say hi. Call me back. Bye.
I was like, do you have 401k? And he was like, yeah. I was like, do you have 401k? And he was like, yeah. I was like, do you have 401k? And he was like, yeah. And I mean, the reason I ask him this is because if I get into a relationship with somebody, I want to know like what kind of baggage that they have. I think that's important. If I walk into a situation where I'm like, hey, I have good credit and I have all these things and I have all these things and I have all these things, and I have all these things that I can't tell you like the exact words of the exact conversation at the exact time and place, because it's like we had a lot of conversations. I mean, we talked every single day. So it's like I'm trying to help you guys with the stuff like the stuff that's more current. I can give you guys a lot more like detail and exact times. But when you're asking me about something that happened 6 weeks ago and exactly what was said, it's like, I mean, I'm sure I can give you a general idea, but to be honest with you, like to pinpoint exact words, it's not going to happen.
June 27th, 2018. Chris Watts brings condoms to my house. One box is full and unopened. The second is a set of condoms from a partially used box. I asked CW why he has a set of partially used condoms. CW informs me that the condoms he has are from back when he was still having sex with his wife. CW told me they had been sitting in the closet collecting dust, and that SW, Shanann Watts, probably did not even know that they were there. I asked Chris Watts why him and SW used to use condoms. CW informed me that SW didn't like to get messy. I was curious, so I looked up the expiration date on the condoms and noted that the unopened set expired in late 2022, and the open set expired in early 2023. I looked up the lifespan of an unopened condom and discovered it's approximately 5 years. Based on my research, I assume these condoms were manufactured in late 2017 and early 2018.
I thought it was kind of cute. I was like, oh, he's a dad. I was like, do you have 401k? And he was like, yeah. I mean, when he was with me, I considered it to be fairly healthy. It was open communication. And it was what I thought was honest. And it was very calm. It was respectful. We got along really well. He gave me my space when I needed it. I gave him his. And anytime like he wanted to take care of it, like anytime that his kids could be in like his life for hours or days or whatever. Whenever they were home, I made sure that I wasn't. Anytime that his kids could be in like his life for hours or days or whatever, whenever they were home, I made sure that I wasn't.
This is what we know about the timeline in the beginning of their relationship. Watts receives his first email from Kessinger on June 12th. It says, "Chris, thank you for being honest with me this morning. Truthfulness is so underrated in our culture. Saludos cordiales, Nikki." On June 14th, 2018, Chris Watts enters his coworker Nicole Kessinger's contact information into his work phone for the first time. On June 22nd, Shanann and Chris leave for San Diego to go on their Thrive trip, and they return on the 26th. On June 27th, 2018, Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Shanann's father, Frank, fly to North Carolina. They'll stay there for 5 weeks. Could it be on that same evening, June 27th, 2018, according to Nicole Kessinger's 7-page letter to law enforcement, Chris Watts arrives at her apartment with 2 boxes of condoms. 1 box is full and unopened. A second set of condoms is partially used. The whole world knows about that.
He was very calm. He was respectful. We got along really well. He gave me my space when I needed it. I gave him his.
She had her moments where I had to talk her like off a ledge kind of deal.
What does that mean?
Like, I guess after the fact, there was like videos of her that she was like recording herself because she's like bipolar or something. I don't know that, but it's like she would get worked up about nothing. She would just like, she came to my house once because I think it was like July 4th. I didn't have to work that day. So I didn't like get up at like, 4 o'clock and go home. And Shanann called me like 10 times in a row. And I didn't hear it because I was sleeping. I was just like, and she was pissed. Shanann was pissed. And like I called her on outside, like, where are you at? Like, what? Like, I was like, I didn't have to work today. It's like, you called me at like, 5:30. It's like, the kids want to talk to you at 7:30. I'm like I was sleeping. She's like, and she just like, screw you, like, like, I don't know where you're at. And I went back inside, something like, I gotta go. And she was just like, okay, are you coming back? I'm like, probably not.
So wait a minute, you kind of lost me there. Were you at Nikki's place
Yeah.
when Shanann called you?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you were sleeping in her bed.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to work that day because I didn't have to that day.
Okay.
The first holiday I ever had off. And, Shanann was pissed, and, kind of pissed Nikki off too that I left, but I think that's when I called Nikki later, and she was like, she kind of realized that, she'd always be like, the second, she said second fill. That's right. And because that's how I would come back that day. Just, I don't want to be anywhere else when Shanann calls. She was already pissed. So it was stuff like that where she would go, she said she would go on like websites and look at like, will a relationship work with somebody? Like, will a mistress work? Will a mistress turn into a relationship?
That's what Nikki was looking at?
Yeah.
She would tell you that, or you
She
heard
told
that?
me that.
Okay.
Yeah, she said that she would go on websites like that.
All right, guys. So let's see. Let me stop sharing here. Stop sharing the screen and just how are you guys doing? Whoops. I'm gonna stop playing this music. Oh, that's pretty. I wonder whose that is. Okay, it's really nice music. What music that is? I want to come back to that. Okay. Hi, guys. Good evening. It is good evening. Hi, Cecile. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Joan. And so nice to see you, Joan. And I'm glad you're feeling better. Shanann Watts really was beautiful. My son actually made, I don't want him to hear me say this because he would get embarrassed, but he said to me the other day, Mom, Shanann Watts is so much prettier without all the makeup on. I agree with that. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Hi, Cat 73. Hi, Muffy Dragon Slayer. And hi, Callie. How you doing? Creepy. What was creepy? Let's see. Oh, I know. Isn't that so weird? You know exactly what kind of a girlfriend she was like from that, right? I feel like that's the case. Hi, Utter Nutter. How are you, sweetheart? You're wonderful. Let's see who else up here. Scrolling up a little more. Did I say Kane's fan through 305? And well. I'm sorry if I miss Mama Jane D, my girl. How are you? I want to give a special thanks to Mama Jane D, to Nancy N, to Lily, to Utter Nutter, to Joan. Oh my goodness, there's more who have been just really awesome lately. I very much appreciate you guys just being absolutely spectacular. So let me just try to turn this on here. I'm trying to actually turn my camera on so I could say hi to everyone. I feel like this is like a proof of life video because I haven't been on so long. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay, hi, here. Okay, yes, I am really here. So, all right, it's wonderful to see you guys. So wasn't sure. Dan, did we see Dan Cave? I just see Cecile saying, hey, Dan, is that Dan Cave? Dan Cave is pretty rocking too. Hi, Dan Cave. Oh, thank you. I am feeling a little bit better finally. So for those of you who don't know, I had COVID. My son, not last weekend, the past weekend, most recent last weekend, like a few days ago. But the weekend before that, the whole weekend, I was feeling really sick. I didn't do much. I was in bed a lot. I had stomach problems. I was throwing up for like a whole day at least. And then I sent my son to school Monday morning. He, was complaining of a little sniffle here and a sniffle there. And I thought, well, it's Monday morning. Maybe it's just the Monday morning sniffles. You know what I mean? So I sent him to school, and within like half an hour, the school contacted me, and they call from an unknown number. It doesn't identify who's calling. So when the nurse's office has called me, I don't answer it because that's usually your auto warranty is up, right? So I don't want to answer those calls because then they just keep calling. So my son texted me and said, Mom, you need to call the nurses. And I was like, uh-oh. So she said, yeah, he tested positive, so you need to come pick him up. And I thought, well, okay, I'm just going to isolate him. But I clearly already had it. So things went downhill pretty quickly. So today's the first day I'm feeling better. And my extended family had COVID. I needed to deal with family things. So I promised them, among other things, no YouTube until that was all taken care of. So here I am back. Oh my gosh. So let's see. Let's just talk COVID for a minute. Sometimes it's a nicer topic than some things that go on in YouTube. So Kane's fan 305 says, ironically, me too. I hope you don't mind that I'm tagging this. You're talking about your health, but you still, oh wait. So you had it around Christmas and you still have symptoms like to this day? That's bad news. Yeah, I've heard that from some people. So yeah, good night, Lily. Sleep well. Please get some good sleep tonight. Everything's under control and you are so wonderful. And I hope that you sleep well tonight, Lily. So, I've definitely heard that from people. So, okay. Gigi says, I had it 2 weeks ago with a dry cough and sore throat. And it sounds like that's all it was. Yeah. I had both I got both of the vaccinations
and I got boosted and everything when I was supposed to. And my son, who was only 13, he was 12 when he got the vaccine. And I didn't think he was going to want to get it because he doesn't like to get the flu shot because he doesn't like needles. But he came to me and said, Mom, I want to get the COVID shot. I feel like it's the right thing to do. So, like, bless his soul. So I said, all right, dude, let's do it. That's great. And Joan says, I still need to relax and recover. So she is another COVID survivor. I know. I agree with that too. So for that reason, I was, again, I was debating on what I was going to discuss tonight. I moved the time of this live stream back a little bit because I was watching AD's live stream and he had Lana on, and I was learning a lot from their interaction, not necessarily, but maybe in regards to, information we want to know about in the Watts case, but just I was observing how they were interacting, because their interaction on his live stream tonight came to be, I believe, and if I'm wrong, someone correct me, but I think it's kind of like this because I've been watching both of them here and there. They're two of the channels that I do watch. Who else do I watch? I don't know if I watch anyone else these days. I think they're the two channels that I do watch these days. I think there are good ones from back in the day, like, anything Dr. B did. I've said many times, and a lot of that was with AD. A lot of it was on her own. I think she's done thorough and very good research. I think that's great. I have difficulty that I like to watch Lana, but I know she has some beef with Unmasked, who I know they have troubles. We can talk about them when she comes on this channel. I think later this week. We're emailing back and forth, but she's going to come on here and I'm going to interview her and give her a chance to talk about things she wants to talk about. And I'm also really interested in all of the work that she's done on the case. But she has, an issue with Unmasked. I really like Unmasked. I would never have any reason to have an issue with them. I admire the work that they've done. I believe she'd probably say otherwise, but I also admire the work that she's done. So Lana's appearance on AD tonight, I believe, came from their disagreement on a lot of things. I don't know if the disagreements were necessarily about the case and case evidence and anything having to do with resolving the Watts case or examining the Watts case or whatever it may be. I don't know if there were any behind the scenes conflicts. I'm glad I don't know, but that's the reason she ended up being on there. So they started off not agreeing about a lot of things. But what happened was, or at least the part I caught, and I didn't catch it all, was AD asked her about a lot of the work she's done. She presented what she had to present. He agreed with some things. He didn't disagree because, I recently have started watching AD a lot. I think the track that he's on right now is really good. I read his book a month or two. I'm losing track of time. I read his book anyway with two of my friends who weren't into the case. I really liked it. I liked some things that the book brought up in the information that he presented that caused me to watch his channel more regularly. I think what he's doing right now and what I see him doing moving forward is awesome. He's been great to me. His whole team has been great to me, and I enjoy watching him. So I knew that there could be some fire there between him and Lana or not. But what ended up happening was they just had a discussion. And in having that discussion, I think for those of us who are looking at the Watts case in an investigative way, or, the mission of this channel is to support complete justice for the victims. So if you're something like that, yeah, Cat 3 is good. Yeah. Then I think, Lana's appearance on AD tonight was a really great thing. I think that their interaction was exceptional. And I think those are the interactions that move all of us forward, perhaps in God pray, finding that complete justice for the victims, or filling in those pieces of the puzzle that are completely mysterious, but they feel like they shouldn't be when we're talking about a triple homicide of a pregnant woman and 2 babies. So that's pretty cool. Muffy, let's see. I like that one. Muffy Dragon Slayer says Lana is so intelligent and sticks to the facts. Yeah, she is very bright. That is for sure. You can just tell when she's talking through the evidence, whether you agree with her or not, and the connection she makes. You can tell that she's a very intelligent person, and that that caught my attention right away because not everybody that's talking about the Watts case is an intelligent person. So I agree with you, Muffy the Dragon Slayer, or Muffy Dragon Slayer. Take the out of there, right? What is Cecile? Hey, Cecile, I'm sorry, honey. Did I say hi to you? Let's see. I found AD very courteous. Yes, open-minded and humble. I agree. I agree with that too. Yeah, I mean, thank you, Cecile. Exactly what Cecile is saying here is what I have found AD to be. Now, I've gone on other channels, or there have been people I talked to that I've lost subscribers. People have asked me why I'm okay with AD. And, I tell them basically what I just told you now. So, it is what it is. I don't ever support or condone people talking badly about, being rude to, accusing the victims' families. If there's one thing this channel does not tolerate, that is it. When I was mostly moderating things all on my own, that was the only kind of comment or, chat. That's the only kind of thing I would remove or time out someone for, was talking poorly about the victims. If you're questioning me, even in a rude way, kind of, or then it got to the point where people would start to attack other, people in the chat or whatever. And that's obviously not acceptable either. But I guess, yeah, yes, Cecile, pinning another one. Agreed. I like that. Productive at long last. I like the way you talk, Cecile. Cecile, where, if you don't mind, where are you from? I know that you're in Europe. Where exactly are you from? I'm just wondering, because I just noticed as we were communicating in email, obviously I couldn't hear your dialect because it was email, but the way that you wrote caused me to imagine a certain dialect, and it was really interesting to me. Those are the YouTube authorities. They think they can tell you who to speak to. Who's that? So who's this? Cat 73. Who is this? I'm so curious now. So Cat says those are the YouTube authorities. They think they can tell you who to speak to. I have like a feeling, but yeah. And then, she says AD's always been very professional in speaking about the case. I agree. And, that's definitely what I appreciate is, professionalism is keeping the conversation relevant and clean and respectful. I mean, all of us recently, I've had some stress going on. And for those of you that I've talked to personally, I, in a private one-on-one conversation, have cursed more than I usually do or like to. And I've hopefully usually said, I'm sorry, but like, this is why I'm using this language, is to be emphatic. This is how I feel. But I think when you're, on your channel and you're talking to all of these people with all these different beliefs, and it's just respectful. I try not to do it. I've definitely sworn on my own channel. You can go back through all of the hours of material and find that for sure. I admit that, but try to keep it clean. But the more important thing is, we know that AD does, and we like that. Oh, gosh. Okay. Hey, yikes. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you said this. She says, I am from Florida, but who is AD? Or he says, I'm sorry. So thank you so much, Canes fan 305. Canes, Hurricanes, Miami Hurricanes, Florida. Miami Hurricanes fan. Very good. I'm in upstate New York, and Miami Hurricanes, are they? Yeah, that's a professional team. I don't know. Sports isn't my thing. So I was just going to start to talk about college ball. I'm from upstate New York, and my dad used to play football at Syracuse way back in the day. He was actually there, I believe, when Joe Biden was. Let's not talk politics, but they were in law school together is what I mean. And And then I lived in Philly for 18 years. And, you know, those were 18 years from when I was like 18 till 35, you know, so those were the years, you know, when I would go to games and stuff. So then any Phillies team is like my team for sure. Like the Eagles, you know, all the Phillies teams, mostly the Eagles, but I love baseball too. So Cecile says, I am French, to respond to the question I just asked her, guys. I am French and you've been living in England for 30 years. Awesome. That's very cool. I've been to England and France. I've been to each place 3 times. And each of those 3 times, it was in like a combined trip where I was going to England and France. It was totally high. I'm a tourist, you know, and I want to go see all of the beautiful and wonderful things in these places. And then I went to Prague. Before I went to Prague, if somebody were to ask me, oh, and I'm going to answer who AD is if someone didn't. I moved on. I'm sorry. Yeah, whoop, whoop. I know. You're from right around the corner, Joe. Next time I go to Philly, I'm definitely visiting you, and hopefully that'll be really soon. So before I went to Prague, if somebody asked what my favorite city in the world was, I always said it was London because I loved London. I liked there was it was unlike any city in the United States that I'd been to. There was more preservation of history and art, and I really like that. But then I went to Prague, and that was like all of those things that I loved about London. Not saying that Prague is necessarily like London, but it was just really blew me away. So next time I'm in your area, Cecile, I'd love to say hi too, but unfortunately I have no idea when that could possibly be. I wish it was soon, but I don't foresee going to Europe for a while. Once you have a kid, things change, you know. I think all the 3 times I took trips to Europe was before my son was born. So, okay, Q's fan, 80. Okay, Q's fan. 80 is armchair detective. So he is somebody who has been looking at this case, has been analyzing things, has been covering this case. The Watts case is this case that I'm referring to since it started, for sure. He already had a channel up and going since it started. Like this channel, my channel is only 7 months old. I've been following the Watts case for longer than that, but that's not what I'm going to talk about right now. He's been, following the Watts case from day one. In fact, I don't know if Q's fan 305, this is how I see it. So there was this narrative given forth by law enforcement that this is such a hard case to talk to. Okay, now we're going to start talking about the sad part of the case. That Shanann and Bella and Celeste their lives were taken in the family home. And that Chris Watts then, put their bodies into his truck and drove them to Survey 319, the site where the oil tanks are. I don't know how much you know about this case. So if we get ahead of you and you don't know, please ask up. And I do believe, and then so everybody's, some people were into this case right away. There's something curious about it. There are things that seem to be unanswered that we want to know about. It was such a horrific case, and there was so much online for us to look at that allowed us to really get to know the family. Shanann posted to Facebook all the time. Her little girls were just, you just love them. For so many reasons, people wanted to know more about this case. In the very beginning of this channel, I did a little series, the top 5 reasons everyone's obsessed with this case, if you feel like watching them and looking a little more into it. And AD is looking at this footage of somebody walking outside from the house at like 5:17 a.m. and Chris Watts backing in his truck. And he thinks, I don't know if you've seen it, it's very hard to see anything. And he thinks he sees some shadows underneath the truck that look like a little one running out, and then Chris Watts picking up the little one and putting into the car. I believe I see that too. It was shortly after AD, Armchair Detective. I recommend, if you're going to check him out, he has Armchair Detective Red, Armchair Detective Blue, and some other things. I would go to Armchair Detective Blue. That's where the most content about this case is going to be found. It was shortly after AD started talking about seeing that shadow that two things happened. The District Attorney Rourke, came out and made a statement saying that basically indicating that not everyone's life was taken at the house. That the girls may have or did, I can't remember the exact wording, go into the truck while they were alive, which is one of the hardest parts of this case for me to think about. And also, right after AD put that out there, and whether it was AD that found it, some people think he had help finding it. I'll just say that. I don't know what that is, but I know it was AD that put that out. Tammy Lee and Graham Coder from the FBI and Dave Baumhover all went out to Wisconsin to do that interview with Chris Watts, where he gave his second confession, or it would be his first full confession. It depends on how you want to look at it. So Armchair Detective has been doing work in this case all along, and opinions about him are very polarized and mixed. But if you haven't watched him yet, I think what you ought to do is go watch him for yourself and make your own opinion, right? So Mama Jane D says, you're getting some votes here. If you want to read through chat, 80 is good. Who is this? Who do you want to be your mom? That's so sweet. She says, at Joan, I've been watching her and I wanted her to be my mom. That's funny. I don't know who that is. I haven't been reading chat. So cute. So, so Miami is a college team. Okay. Athletic director. You're all Miami teams? So, my dad played football in Syracuse way back when. So when I was a kid growing up in the 80s and maybe 90s, we only lived like an hour from Syracuse. Where I grew up was an hour from Syracuse. So we would go to games all the time. And wasn't one of the Miami teams in the Big East? And that always was like weird. Was that true? I don't know. Well, we're going to have to talk sports. Go ahead and email me. So let's see. All right. So something interesting that, let's see here. Whoops. I made very little slide. I don't have a whole ton of content this evening. I mostly just wanted to come on and say hello. And, just let you know that things are moving forward. I'm still here. The channel is still going strong. We're all good. Let's see, from the beginning. I actually like that we have a nice, intimate little chat this evening, because I don't really want anything other than that. All right. I think this is going to work. Oh, no, I don't want presenter view. Make that go away. Okay, this is fine. Oh, but okay. So, when I was watching AB tonight and he had Lana on the channel, I got to just thinking about a few things that I've already been thinking about recently, as most of you know. And that's other channels that are really involved in the Watts case, what's up? I've noticed that, we kind of have to ask a question if you care to do this. And if you don't care to do this, I would suggest not bothering, for whatever channel that's putting Watts material out. Are they covering the Watts case? Or the Watts case, unfortunately, has been fertile ground for creating drama. People feel very passionate about this case, and people have worked really hard to find evidence or find information that answers some of those questions we all want answers to in this case. So people feel very strongly about their opinions in general. people, of course, feel strongly about, what they've looked into and the conclusions they've come to. They put hard work into it, most of them. And, this, I think causes some polarization. But, with some of my recent experience and just from observing, it's become clear to me that I believe, in my opinion, there are some channels out there, and many people, for a while at least, were watching some of them in this channel that are really just more about drama. And if that's what you want to watch, or if that's what you want to put out, I guess that's fine. But just, kind of say what it is. Nobody's going to say what that is. Nobody's going to say, I'm using a murder case to create drama for whatever it is. But, just this is what I think about when I look at channels now. So when channels don't agree, because they don't when it comes to the Watts case, for all of the reasons I just said, what do? Well, then we're going to come to Nicole Atkinson. So, I think kind of the two examples I've seen recently is they can, go after one another on their channel publicly and start name calling and making accusations and trying to tear down channels who oppose the views or the narrative that they're putting forth. I don't personally, this is all in my opinion, think that it's really any channel's business to be putting forth a narrative that others are expected to follow. I don't think, this is in my opinion, that any one channel certainly has got it all right. In my opinion, if any one channel or even combination of channels who are actually working together and talking together and putting their information together, if they got I know, I hate drama too, Debbie, my girl. Debbie's really smart on this case. For anybody that doesn't already know that, watch for her comments because they're real good. She comes up with some good ones. I agree. And Muffy the Dragon Slayer says, I am done with the drama channels and I don't want to hear any creators bashing another creator. I hear ya. Or any more of that nonsense. It's time to grow up. I agree with that. Unfortunately, last week was the first time I was ever really subject of any drama, and I always tried to stay away from it. And I thought that I could, which was really stupid, like naive of me. So now I know. But unfortunately, my son and I were both home at the same time with COVID. So unfortunately, I feel so bad for him. He had to see a lot of this going on because there was really no way for me to ignore it, even though I wasn't watching anything, and I won't. These channels I don't watch. I don't watch them. I won't watch them. People who care out of only good intentions were, sending me, whatever. So, right. Exactly. My son was like, Mom, aren't all these people older than you? They're older than you and they're acting like this, Mom. They're older than you and they're like being worse than the bullies in my middle school. I know, it really is just like, it just had a lot of like realizations. I never thought of it like that. I never thought of it as being an example. Niles and Tiny, two of my bunnies. Stop it. They're a bonded pair, a boy and a girl pair. He's neutered. Niles, cut it out. And I raise bunnies, Howlin' Lops. And they, they're together, they're housed together. All of my Howlin' Lops get exercise every now and then, but I can't let them run all over the house. So they mostly live in their little cages and they're together. They've been driving each other nuts lately. I was like, I think you guys need a little relationship break. And they're going at it right now. So, I kind of lost where I was, but whatever. You guys, I sort of knew where I was and lost where I was, but do we even need to say anything more like that? I actually noticed that I noticed your absence, Muffy Dragon Slayer, and I didn't know if it was that you just weren't watching my channel or if that you were gone. So welcome back. I'm really happy that you're back. Deb, I'm pinning these because I want to pin them, and I'm also pinning them because it's easier for me to read. Kelly, you do great videos. Thank you. And thank you. I appreciate it. So you want to see bunnies? I can show you bunnies. I'll show you bunnies in a bit. So, two of my videos that were taken down recently are back up, so you can watch those. So these were the two videos that people were really harping on. Well, they're back up on my channel. YouTube put them back up. That's you get it, right? So they're back up. I really wanted to do Joan, do you want to come up here for a little bit, Joan? Because I want to there's something that I wanted to post to make available to everybody so they can take a look at if they would like and make a judgment call for themselves about something, but I'm going to have to step away for just a sec. Oh yeah, I do like that too. So Kelly, let's see. I've got to really see your last name. Kelly. Oh, Kelly searches equals answers. Oh, I've noticed you in chats before. Kelly searches equal answers because a couple people have asked me if my name's Kelly, if I was you. All right, okay, there we go in chat. So welcome. I don't think I've seen you here, so welcome. I'm really glad you're here. Oops, I lost your pin. So I think you said Amber, the truth seeker. Totally. Crazy crime. Yep, I'm with all of these. I'm going to pin it. Crazy crime check. Yes. CDT and plunder. I couldn't agree more. I completely endorse all of those channels. Those are great channels. Every single one of them. Good. You must have, girl, you have good taste. It must be a Kelly thing. All right. Oh, yes. Yes. Thank you. I'll pin that. I would love it if you would like and share. It would be really great. Due to the like nonsense from last week, my subscriber count went up, but and it keeps going up. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate you all so much. But my inability to do certain things on my channel really made my channel take a hit. So the most you can support me, I would appreciate it. Debbie agrees with you. Kelly searches equal answers. She also likes those channels, and Debbie has very good taste and she's very smart. Oh, thanks, Kelly. Are you there, Joan? Do you want to come up? I need somebody to come up so I can somebody come up. I want to talk. I actually recently discovered your channel and Mia's channel. Oh, cool. Oh, do you do moderating for Mia? Oh, cool. That's awesome. I thought that you had been here before. It must have been someone with a similar name, Muffy Dragon Slayer. Let me show you who I'm talking to here. It must have been somebody with a different name. So, well, that's very cool. So, all right. I'm not sure. Oh, you will. Okay, good, Joan. So, I'm just going to put the invite in chat here. I'm not going to pin it. I'm just going to put it in chat, Joan, okay? And the quicker you can slip in here, the better. Bunnies. Oh my God, my bunnies are so cute. I might have to grab one. All right, there you go, Joan. Drop a link. I dropped a link. So funny. That makes me think of Bella going, drop the emoji. I don't know if you know what video I'm talking about, but oh man, yeah, plunder is terrific. I freaking love plunder. Somebody the other day commented on one of my videos, "Are you plunder?" Like saying that we sounded the same, and I was like, "Oh my God, the honor is too big. I can't even accept that compliment. I think plunder's the bomb. I really love plunder. So good, and so no nonsense. I just like that so much." Let's see. Oops, take this down right now. Okay, so we see Nicole Atkinson. I wanted to say a few things about her. Because, man, I don't think Nicole Atkinson was involved in anything. And I want to tell you, and I know some people look at some things in the discovery and they can point to reasons why they think that she was. So I just want to give you my opinion on why I think we need to be careful about that and what some like alternate explanations might look. You can see my pillows here. I don't usually like sit with my pillows or whatever when I'm doing a live stream, but I just got over COVID. I said I'm going to do whatever I want. Or I think I'm over COVID. I pray I'm over COVID. I love Mama Jane D. You make me happy you're here, Mama Jane D. All right. Hi, Joan. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
So you can hear me and everything, right?
I can hear you great.
Okay.
Just don't listen. Here's my advice. Don't talk too fast. You have a lot of great things to say. You can't get them out quick enough.
Yeah, I know.
Slow your roll or no one will understand you.
I know that's terrible. I hate that.
I've been on the phone with her before and I talk a lot and I talk fast too. I know. And she will like throw it out there so quick. I'm like, whoa. Back up. Who are you
I have
talking about?
so much in my head. I have ADD, so it's all in my head. I got so much to say.
I know. That's right. That's totally right.
Well, you look beautiful
Oh,
coming out of COVID.
thank
I
you.
just had to say that.
I just got out of the shower and I feel glowy. I think it might be from my fever.
No, you look beautiful.
Thank you. I've been eating a lot the past few days too, because at some point, I like Mia. Muffy Dragon Slayer just said she mods for Mia. That's what I was asking about. So Debbie says, I agree, a woman with a bunch of young children and as a woman, you agree. I'm not sure if you're saying as or she has. Oh, good. Thanks, Nutter too. I think I don't think people should be accusing her. Thank you, Mama Jane D. Last time I talked to all of you guys, it was the Sunday night before. Was it? I don't know. I don't remember. Time has like really just merged into one big ball of something for me. It was right before I went down. So I know I love Bella. So go ahead and what do you think are some of the most interesting things about the case, Joan? Because I have to look for something really quick while you're talking, okay?
Okay. So interesting things about the case. I mean, every time something every time I think I have a theory in my head figured out, like I'm going with that,
Right.
I will change my mind. Like I started reading the Discovery again.
Right.
And I'm like, every time I go through it, I'm like I feel like I should be correct in it. And I go through the Discovery and you're like, that's not how it went down. Like I saw it on the camera, the body camera. I just wish they would have took a little bit more time to dive into that because there was children and a pregnant mother. And I just wish it bothers me that nobody, I don't know if they'll ever really look into it. I don't really know if I think they will. Unless his family pushes it or her family pushes it, I don't think the public can be able to push it unless we go down there and protest out front. I just don't know what else will.
I know. I mean, it's hard. I sort of am of the opinion that, there we go. That's it. Joan, I think that, in regards to what you're saying, I think that if people, this is what I propose, and this is what I'm going to start putting out there. I know that there are some creators I talk to who are fully on board. And if any other channel creators are listening, or if you're here, if you are, just want to be part of this, please email me at watsobsession@gmail.com. I think I think the creators who are really working on the case and really working on investigating the case and covering the case and moving towards justice, I think those creators it's becoming very apparent who those creators are and who those creators aren't. And if that isn't your thing, that's fine. And if that isn't your thing, but you're pretending that's your thing, that's fine. But it's obvious now. It's becoming obvious now to more people. I know this just by the plethora of emails that I've received in the past week and a half or so, and just listening, across the range of channels that are out there. Do you guys agree with that? So my, suggestion and my plea is that those of us who are really, investigating the case, and I think that that's AD, and I think that that is Lana, and I think I haven't seen, even though Lana and Unmasked don't get along, if Unmasked was still in it, I haven't seen her do anything on what I would say it was her. I would definitely say that was anything Dr. B does. I think that is Amber the Truth Seeker. I think that her name is accurate of her channel. I think that is CBT. I think that is Plunder. And
that's who I started out with CBT and Amber the Truth Seeker.
They're wonderful.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're just wonderful. So
Well, you're wonderful too. I think people like the facts, and let's
sorry
discuss.
about
Everybody's got different theories. And at first, when I first came into this, I used to argue with people. Like, and I'm like, you know what? I had to stop that and be open minded because everybody's opinion, just because they have a different opinion, doesn't mean I should be like fighting with them. I
right.
just don't like the victim bashing. I don't
Oh my
think I
God, no,
did
I
that.
hate
And even if I do, like one side family, the other side, every one of them are hurting. I can't even imagine that grief. And I can't even imagine it. God forbid. I don't
right.
even think I'd be alive. I'd probably be in a straitjacket.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I'm with you, girl. I am with you.
I mean, to lose a family member and to have your son go to jail for it has got to be, I don't even know how to,
I
what that's
know.
torture. That's got to be.
I know. And Joan, that's exactly why I have always had the opinion that, even when it was really the only rule about comments I would remove in chat or on my videos on my channel, there was absolutely positively no victim bashing. And as soon as I see a channel, doing that, to me, it's a huge turnoff. And it's also a warning sign. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, they take it too personal. Like they really, really don't like the people. Like it's
Yeah,
weird, kind of, to
right.
me.
That's right. It is right. So, for those of you that, that do, I said earlier, and Joan, I talked to about this with you earlier and a couple other people, and just not knowing what I was really ready to say yet or not. I do want to just say one thing. So, the past like week or whatever, I was taking a lot of heat from a couple certain channels who made like 7, 8, or 9 videos attacking me and just saying a number of things. They were really, I said this to you earlier, just throwing crap against the wall to see what would stick,
Ridiculous.
But on the other end of that was me, who's a real person, and who, hi Angelica, I'm so happy you're here. I just like have such a sigh of relief when I see friendly faces. Hi Low Fan 45, how are you? It is bad karma, isn't it? I like that one. I'm gonna pin that. Hi there, how are you?
It's just mean and it's unnecessary. Like we don't. I mean, it's just ridiculous. We're going to make videos of people. It just doesn't make sense. That's not why we're
Yeah,
subscribed there. We don't want to
right.
see. And you shouldn't. He's the one who introduced us to you. In
Yeah,
all fairness, and then when we like you, we're supposed to not now. I
I
don't
know.
know how to do that kind of stuff. I don't do that stuff.
It's like it's not fair and it's confusing to people, but
Yes,
this is the one
very.
thing, that I want to say. So there was yeah, that's right, Debbie. So there was one of the accusations was that I had taken Don Joe's audio without his permission and used it in whatever videos. So he had struck my channel 3 times. 2 of those videos are back up because the timing is up and YouTube has restored them. So
Oh, great. That's good.
right, exactly. So but around that came so much more. Joan really doesn't like a particular thing that this one creator put out there, that I was using drugs or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. I thought that was just wrong.
I'm 43. I'm a mom. I'm a professional. I mean, hey, sometimes like, hey, I would
Oh,
love
it's
to
none
have a
of his
magic
business.
potion to make me feel better, but I mean, there's just no playing around at a certain
You
point.
can't say that about people because some people, it's just wrong. So he's just basically saying like anybody who's in recovery, anything like that, he's just putting a name to things, and he
Exactly.
doesn't know and you like he
And I
never
just
saw
thought
you.
about that today, how it, affects, how it makes other people feel, not even me. Because, I do have, wow. I haven't even thought, thank you, Joan. Very good friends, family members. I mean, family members of my immediate
Exactly, it's mean.
family.
You have children or whatever you have. Look up to you, and that's not fair to do that. That's not
Right.
fair to.
But then I have those people who actually are in recovery from being addicted to substances. And, some of them struggle and they're doing what they're doing. Some of them went through a struggle, and I don't know, it's very private.
And they
Probably
don't have to be labeled for the rest of their life like that. Nobody likes that.
they're very successful people.
Exactly. It's
And
like, wow.
so yeah, so shame on, that person all around. But I need to say this. Yeah, I know. Mama Jane says if you're going to do this, you have to grow a thick skin. Stop
Yeah.
mothering me, Mama Jane D. I love her. You're right. Well, my skin is definitely a lot thicker now. So here's what I have to say. So someone brought this to my attention. So in making a case that I used like this John Doe's audio, which I did not. I mean, there's so many more other recordings of those anything out there. A lot of people have reworked it. I mean, I know that whatever, I want to say when I started this channel, and I've said it a million times, said it a million times, I started this channel because I wanted to learn video editing. Okay. And I also happened to really be into the Watts case. It's the day I was done with grad school, last May, is when I really started this channel, and it was to learn video editing.
And
I've
it's
said
really
that
good, your videos, by the way, I must say. They are
I'm
really
sure you
good.
guys have heard me say that. Some of you have. So it should be no surprise that over time, I would hope, and I bet if you were to look at my videos over time, you would see that they get better in quality in how I do the transitions, in the lighting, in the, in the sound, in the everything. I mean, if I listen to a video that I first in the beginning, and you guys can do this if you want, any of the first 20, I don't know, more than that, and then you listen to the ones that I do now, they're completely different quality because I've been learning it. And I've also been teaching my students some video editing because and the reason why this is I teach students with autism, and they go to a program outside of the high school. Funding has been cut, just like it always is. And they can't go to those programs outside the school unless they have a one-on-one aid. It's a legal thing and an IEP. I don't want to bore you with all of it. So I still wanted to give them as much as I could of what they wanted, even though they couldn't go to those classes. So it served a dual purpose. Anyway, I would like everyone to check out. In part of making the case that, I did that, Dave made a big point of saying, oh, the Don Joe, he, and I could find the video for you, but I don't want to hear his voice. He reordered the sequence. He put things in a different order. We're talking about the Wisconsin interview. And, that was one of the telltale signs. Well, it's very interesting because a few people sent me anonymous tips. I'm going to share something with you guys. Let's see. So share. Oh, hi, Dee Dee. How are ya? I'm so happy you're here. Dee Dee, I started chatting with you at some point, and then, sweetie, I fell off, and that was because my COVID came back. I started feeling sick again. I remember when I was chatting with you, and then I got offline, and I just didn't get back on for a couple of days. So I apologize for that, because there were some people that were, there were some hot conversations, and I think that Dee Dee felt like I was giving everyone a little bit of a slack or acknowledging them, but not.
But you can't keep going back and forth. I'm sorry to be butt in, but back and forth. That's not what you people signed up for. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So you're going to rebuttal, he'll rebuttal, goes back and forth. It just gets to be too much. We shouldn't be stressed out like that.
Right.
Nobody should be.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of work. I feel bad. You do put a lot of time into your videos. The creators, they do. We appreciate it. I mean, they're beautiful. I think they're excellent. I love the dramatic stuff you did. Oh, I thought that was cool.
Oh, let me just mention that one part. Muffy Dragon Slayer, respectfully, good. Neither am I a fan of Red X after everything that's happened. But let me just say that I put a 10-minute preview in the beginning of this, honestly, because I was still drying my hair. I was running around today, and I didn't get to take a shower till an hour before this. And the whole thing is going to come out. It's going to be about an hour long, and it says, it world exclusive, Nicole Kessinger and Chris Watts together again for the first time. You guys know that some of that is to be funny, but the whole thing is kind of a dramatic rendition of their interaction with each other as we know it to be. But also, I'm trying this new kind of fancy thing. Within that dramatic rendition of their time together, I am going to be putting in some information that from me hasn't been put out there yet. So my friend Alex, who is a real person, who talked to somebody who's inside the case, and I put that information out there, and I took it back because he started getting harassed. But
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna put it back out there because he's not worried anymore. He's laughing at YouTubers, and he's also a very successful and brilliant attorney, so he can squash you like the rat that you are if you want to do that again to him. So I'm going to put that back out there, and I chose to do it in that format, and then we can talk about it afterwards. So anyway, the whole 60-minute of that little 10-minute preview or whatever in the beginning should probably come out on Friday. It was going to come out a while ago, then I got COVID. COVID screwed everything up. So I suggest that everybody go to this channel right here. It is Crime Tube, and here's a bunch of videos. Go to this channel, Crime Tube. So now remember that apparently, you know, that audio, that enhanced audio that Don Joe worked up, according to Dave, everything was put in different orders, and it was totally unique in so many different ways. Well, interesting, because hold it, I'm getting like ads popping up here. I don't know why. My computer recently got infected. I'm suspect of everything now. Okay. So let me just show you what I did and what you can do yourself, because I don't want you to believe me. Go find it out for yourself, please, by all means. So look, oh, here, it's interesting to see what CrimeTube has done here that's related to the Watts case. And I've made them aware of what's going on. They're looking into things now. And then it's also interesting to see the enhanced video that others are putting out recently. So what do we have here? We have Cody Roberts, Luke Epple, we have Frankie Rusick, Troy McCoy, we have Watts Murder Security Cam, we have an Watts Murders Body Cam, we have the Nicole Kessinger interview. I think there's only interview there. No, there's a few interviews. So wow, somebody could, take that and, really claim a few videos with that. We have the Chris Watts interview. That means the interrogation or the interviewing that was done in the police station prior to his arrest. And it looks like that's about it. But guys, this is, I haven't totaled it up, but this looks like it could be about 30 hours of interview. So let's take this, a couple videos I did recently. What I did for you guys was I took the Watts interview in Wisconsin, and I try to put out for you guys things that I'm like, man, I wish somebody had done this, because I'm feeling lazy right now and I don't want to listen to that whole interview and try to find what I want, So what I did was I did a few videos, I put them out, and it's that interview, but by topic. Like when Watts talks about how he met Shanann and how he met Nicole Kessinger. When Watts talks about his family's relationship with Shanann. When Watts talks about what he did with some of the evidence that we wonder about. I put that out in like 8 to 22-minute videos by topic for you guys to easily access. I thought that was kind of good. So that's where I got the copyright strikes. It was all from this interview. This is the interview that they claimed Don Joe put into reordered sequence and whatever. Well, what I did once I got the several anonymous tips about this video was I put the one that I just mentioned and this one right on top of each other in my video editor. And I let it play in the background for 4 hours and 40 minutes. And guess what happened? Guess what happened, Joan?
What?
They lined right up with each other.
Oh my God.
Second. That's right. So let me just show you. And you guys go look this up for yourself, please.
I know you're smart. So I didn't think you were sitting there stealing people's work, especially when that's what you're trying to do, is learn how to do videos and make them better.
Yeah, well, so then make sure you were completely separated from anyone else. Jeez.
Like I didn't see anybody else there. Like I was next to somebody, but like I never saw them.
Let me get to the other part. They're shifting around a lot.
It's just so many things just didn't go your way.
Everything was like somebody was stirring a pot. It was just
That's exactly what it was like.
Oh, interesting. So, the big problem with that interview was the air conditioning sound in the background. Did you hear that air conditioning sound there?
I
Did you
didn't hear it.
No, because it's not there. That interview, as enhanced by CrimeTube, has been out since 2019.
Oh wow.
hmm
So that's great. That's great to know. Well, see, why don't we just all share? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we want to
Right.
find
But wait a
justice, I
minute.
think
Hold it. But
I
wait.
know you would have given him credit because you know you would have. I know you would have
Right.
if he did. If you just stole his stuff, why would
But
you
wait,
even be coming
wait
here?
a minute. Hold it. I've got to bring the point home here. I don't mean to
Oh
interrupt.
yeah, go ahead. I'm
But
sorry.
that video, it's okay, sweetie. That video had been out since 2019. So I took the audio from that video and I took the audio that had been enhanced on another channel and I put them right on top of each other in my video editor. And I played them together right on top of each other for 4 hours and 40 minutes. And they were in sync that whole time without missing a beat. Nothing was reordered in the sequence was claimed. And you can use your own ears. My video editor tells me, and I'm just not ready to put all this out here. Coming at me, but just use your own ears. The same sounds were edited out. Just let me just show you your TV friends. So here. So this is the. So what this is this is the version put out by Denver 7 that had the like what we're calling air conditioning noise in it. So listen.
Every time I see pictures, I don't know how this could have happened. Being a dad was the best part of my life. I took the whole thing.
Yeah, you did, Chris, and I'm sorry. I hope you actually feel remorse. Okay, now listen to the CrimeTube enhanced video. Listen to this. Do you hear the air condition here?
So then, I know I keep bringing it up. Can you walk me through just the last few minutes before Shenandoah?
Right. Okay. So,
that's amazing.
Yeah. In the so you see that CrimeTube was put out in 2019 along with several other reworked enhanced audios. I want you guys to go there for yourself and listen, and I've been in communication with these people and I'm going to get in communication with them again. They seem pretty cool, or I tried to get in communication with them. I didn't get much back. But I mean, just go. Don't worry about that. Go listen to their stuff. Visit their page. Okay. So we have Troy McCoy. We have Luke Epple. We have Cody Roberts. We have Chris Watts prison confession. We have the Watts murder security cam. We have Anthony Brown. We have Frank Ruzek. We have Frankie Ruzek. We have Ronnie Watts. We have the Watts murder body cam. We have the Nicole Kessinger interviews, the Chris Watts interviews in the police station. And and the reworked videos, the sound enhanced videos from the person that I supposedly had taken a piece of audio from. Anything that he's done is within this body of work from CrimeTube, and all of it lines up exactly with CrimeTube as CrimeTube had done it. And that is all I have to say. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. And I mean, you make, and then we move on, and it's whatever, people, we know you, and we know that, you're a real good person and you do good videos, and we're interested. Maybe some people what if somebody just like to listen to somebody else better than they did? They don't really like that voice. They liked your voice, or so what?
Yeah.
But it's all the same, some people, I don't know. I just think it's a shame that it has to get like ugly like that. Like life's too hard.
I know. I totally agree. And
I feel bad, you don't deserve, nobody deserves to be like humiliated like that. Nobody. It's not.
And emails that I had sent this person, you know, that they were like putting out there and making fun of them like they were anything bad. The only thing they were was to resolve things peacefully, because I mean, what happens with YouTube after you do so many false copyright strikes, they don't look kindly on that. And then the person who did that can, you know, possibly get in trouble. Is it all worth it? But, you know, they just decided to respond to me using vulgarity and hate and whatever. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But you guys just look that look it up for yourself. Go to
I think that's interesting, Kelly. I didn't know that they did that. I think that's really neat. I mean, I knew everybody was upset about the air conditioning sound from the beginning, so I knew somebody had to have advanced it. I just didn't bother looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I agree. Let's see. I'm going to switch topics now sharply. This doesn't have anything to do with you, Joan. I just don't want to spend another second on it.
No, absolutely not.
So Angelica says, does anyone think that they can really see NK in their footage? Angelica, as much as I've tried, and as much as I've watched other footage that people have reworked, I want to see her so badly. I personally don't think that we can definitively say it's her. However, guys, I do think that it's her. And I do think that. I don't know that. I can't claim that. And I could be wrong, but I do believe when we look at the whole body of this case, and starting tomorrow when I do live streams, guys, all we're going to be doing is talking about case stuff. None of this at all. And I have some things planned for the next few live streams. When we look at the body of evidence and what is there and what is not, I think to me, it shows that there was more involved. And in my opinion, the evidence only shows that could possibly be Nicole Kessinger. What do you think, Joan?
I think I feel like I see a lot of things in the videos. Like, I think my eyes play tricks on me sometimes too, but I can't say that no, I don't, because I can, you know, it could be like I said, I could see it. Yeah. And then sometimes I can't see it. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, it's hard. What does anyone else think? Let's see if anyone else here in chat said anything about that.
I wish I had more of that video. I wish I had Nate's video, though. I'll tell you that much. I'd love the heck out of that.
I know. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I'm just looking at a little chat, and I think, you know, you guys, of course, people can watch. I feel like you can watch whatever you want, and I'm never going to tell you to do otherwise. And if you, for whatever reason, appreciate a person for, you know, people have so much when like on any given channel, I think that people subscribe or they like that channel for a number of reasons. Maybe they like, you know, the facts, like as it relates to the case that channel puts out. Maybe they like the person's personality, and it makes them. There's so many reasons.
Some people are shorter than the other people. Some people are longer videos and they can't sit that long for that, or some. You know, I kind of like the videos that are done, and sometimes and then catch up like with the live to ask questions if you want. But I like it like mixtured.
Right. Yeah.
I like the way you did that with the video. Yeah, it's especially people that don't know the case. They don't want to come into lives like that. That road, you have to like come into that. If you don't know nothing about the case and you want to get into it, you have to watch videos before you can just go into a live chat and think you're going to know what's going on.
Totally. I agree. And I agree with you, Dee Dee. I don't want to start a huge thing, so I'm going to take that down, but I agree with you. Yeah. So yeah, no, definitely there. And I think that what we've shown is it's important, you know, that nobody has all of the answers, because if someone did have all of the answers, I think something would have been done in the real world, you know, because they can't allow the case to be solved on YouTube and not do anything about it. I'm sorry, that is not a situation that's going to happen. I think what has been shown is that there are some channels that are more invested than others and actually working towards justice and walking towards the truth. And so I think those channels are starting to come together to work together, and that's
But you know what, too? I don't think that anybody's going to take anybody serious if they're in YouTube fighting.
Right, exactly.
You know what? Don't you think? Do you agree with that or no?
I do agree with that, which is why I didn't even know if I wanted to dignify a response whatsoever, because I don't want to ever be a drama channel. I want to be seen as not. So, you know, yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if anybody else wants to chime in. Do you guys think that people are taken seriously when there's a lot of drama around the channel? I mean, or do you think that sometimes that just happens? What do you guys think? Right. Mama Jane D says not one channel is all truth. Of course it doesn't.
No, but you know what too though? You can get little facts that you didn't know from one channel to another and then put stuff together.
Yeah.
You
Hold
know?
on one second. I've got something important here. Just sorry, honey. So let's see. Said did you give credit to Don when you played his audio? I haven't been on YouTube a lot. The thing is, it was not his audio. That was the whole point. That's why my videos have gone back up. That the point was that people can can work with audio the way this crime tube channel has, the way Bubbles has at times, and and a whole ton of people who I haven't asked if I can speak their name. So that was kind of like the whole point. So anyway, I'm sorry, Joan.
No, that's fine. I said all.
Yeah, I said all. I love it. And Mama Jane D says I'm done watching crime videos. Yeah. So what is DD says the original video from Monday morning has not been available since a week after being released. So can you expand on that, DD? Do you mean that that law enforcement took it back, or what do you mean? Because people speak about different versions of that footage, and I know it exists, but I don't know if people are kind of talking differently about the same couple of versions, or if there's even something a little more confusing out there, So I'm not sure about that. But really quick, I want to talk about Nicole Atkinson because that's a lot of videos.
Yeah, it is. Good Lord, because I don't know. I think she's getting a bad name too. I think I don't think them two had anything to do with murdering their friend. I don't personally believe that, but
I don't either.
I don't know, but I guess anything. God, I hate to say this, but it feels like anything could be possible anymore.
I think, I feel that way too. I guess with Nicole Atkinson, there were some specific examples from AD and Lana talking tonight, and I wanted to bring them up, but I'm going to be honest, I forgot them, and I'm blaming it on COVID brain. This is, guys, the first time today I've been doing anything really. So
you should take it easy. They're coming back. Yeah,
totally. So I didn't like pressure myself to get anything ready for tonight or anything like that. But I did notice when they were talking. Okay, let's give an example. And everyone does this. So I'm using you, Lana, for like an example because you're just on AD, and I can't wait to talk to you later this week or next week on this channel. But AD would ask Lana a question, and maybe they would agree that, okay, there's some discrepancy, or he would say, for the sake of argument or whatever, let's agree that there's a discrepancy or whatever. And then Lana would say, well, this is right. Yeah, there was a discrepancy. And this is how this is how you explain it. And in my opinion, what Lana said in this example, she was totally right and accurate. And when you look at everything that she has looked at, that made perfect logical sense. And hi there. Let's see, other friends from overseas. How do we say this name? Denti and Shaz. I need to know how to pronounce your name. I'm so happy you're here. Wonderful. I was just saying this is my first day back from COVID. I've been emailing with these guys a little bit. So if it's my turn, I will get to it tomorrow for sure. Wonderful to see you. And the way that Lana explained it, she was right. But she was right. But I think that there were also other ways that one could have explained it that would have been right, meaning it would have aligned with all of the evidence. It would have aligned. You know what I mean? Like, I think we've gotten to the point where the big questions, like for me, this isn't a big question, but I know it's a big question out there. Was Nicole Atkinson involved? there is a story you could tell where you could say, yes, she was, and this is why, or no, she wasn't, and this was why. And it would be really hard to poke a hole in it. And then somebody else could tell a different story that says, no, she wasn't, and this was why. And yes, she was, and this was why. And you couldn't poke a hole in that one. So now we have two different stories as to why she was there that are hard to poke a hole in. And what we have, two different stories saying that she was there that no one can really poke a hole in. So we're kind of in a jam. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think honestly that like I saw high pride or honesty. I agree with him. I think they were worried about actually just really worried. They that she would maybe she hurt herself. I don't like check the odds. Her mom could have been just overly dramatic.
Right.
And got NA all upset and flustered, do this and do that. Look
I
for
think
this
we
and
know
look for
Sandy
that.
Russo can be a dramatic person. God bless her soul. And I have
Right.
nothing, we are an anti-victim family bashing channel here. God bless your soul, Sandy Rusick. But she does seem
Right.
like an Italian drama lady. I know them and I
And
love
it's hard
them.
when you're running around and you're being dictated by the mom on the phone, and you got other people calling your phone too and looking for your friend for your head's probably spinning that you probably I
Right.
don't even know if I would be able to. I would have probably broke the window and dived in, and I would have been that wouldn't have been no good for nobody. I wouldn't have been.
That's right.
Personally.
And then also on top of it, for NA, she was worried about her friend. And I honestly think, and I don't know if this is the case or not, I think that her son may have been driving outside of the hours that and I've got to look into this. I've got to look at his age. I think we have a copy of his license or whatever. So now you have to look into the Colorado driving laws. I don't think anyone's done this. If they have, please let me know, because I'll save myself the work gladly. And we can give them credit and talk about the work they've done, or I'm going to look into it myself. I think that this just occurred to me recently that her son was driving outside some of the hours that he was supposed to be driving legally for whatever kind of driving privilege he had. And I think she was really worried about that. Little did she know during some of it that she was going to have much bigger worries coming down the pike. But I think that was some of her nervousness.
You're right.
And let me see what Pride or
so
Honesty said here, because he's pretty smart too.
Yeah, he is pretty smart.
So he says, I believe that Nicole Atkinson and Sandy Rusick had reason to believe SW may have hurt the girls or herself due to mental health crisis. And I don't think this is slandering Shanann Watts or her memory. I want her memory to live on with honor, but I think that's possible. The poor girl, who can blame her? She was falling apart at the seams.
And you know what? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay. She's got two little girls. I only have ever had one child, and raising him was stressful.
I had 5, and I
raising
can't.
him is so stressful.
It is stressful.
Well, she had 2, and
I think her mom must have been listening what was going on, and during the visit, I think she was listening and hearing pieces, and probably, like maybe she was calling. They say calling Chris and all, trying to find out, because I don't think she liked to upset her mother, because her mom would just nah, 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 in her ear. So her mom probably had like dibs and drabs. There's no respect when she left.
Slow down. We want to hear what you're saying. Slow down.
Oh yeah, her mom was probably just a nervous wreck when she left.
Oh, good, right. So yeah, totally. You sound so great when we can understand you, girl. I just want us to understand the good things coming out of your brain.
Oh yeah, I know. My brain works so fast sometimes.
I know. You're a thinker, and I love that about you. I just want everyone. I'm getting better understanding you. I just want everyone else to hear what you're saying. So you just think that Wait, can you say that again one more time?
I will. I'm so sorry about that. Okay. I think that her mother, when she was in North Carolina, I think her mom was, knowing things were going wrong, but I don't really think she was telling her mother things. I think her mom was eavesdropping here, trying to listen, trying to figure it out. And then when she left, her mom was panicked. She knew that things were a little rocky.
Right.
I'm sure she didn't know everything, and she probably was calling Chris, because I had a mother-in-law that would call me when she thought things were going on. So, and so that's why I was relating it to like that type of thing. She was probably trying to fish.
I think that's spot on. I mean, whether or not she probably was eavesdropping, because that's what mother-in-laws do. That's what they're on this earth for, you know. And but whether or not she was eavesdropping, which she probably was, that would be natural. They were all in one house together.
Right. I look at my kids' faces and I know something's wrong, and I just don't. I harass them till they're down, till they
Exactly. That's what I
ask
was.
their siblings. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what, even, and there have been different things put out there regarding Shanann Watts' relationship with her mother. And regardless of whatever the truth is a mother. And you will always have that like maternal instinct and that intuition about your child, I think, with very few exceptions, regarding what's going on with your child that no one else in the world will have. There is no other connection between human beings than that of a mother and a child. So she had just spent 7 weeks with her child, whatever their relationship is like, observing her not being okay. So exactly what you said, Joan, I think that's totally right. And then back to Pride or Honesty, who says, I believe that NA and SR had reason to believe that Shanann may have hurt the girls herself due to, I'm going with or, that's what I would think, but he's saying and, due to her mental, but he's got a cold too. So we don't know. I hope you're feeling better, Pride or Honesty. Due to her mental health crisis. That's why it seemed like they were hiding something. And that's it. I think that is very possible. I think they knew Shanann well. Nicole Atkinson had privileged information about Shanann coming from a friend to a friend. And Sandy Rusick had privileged connection to Shanann that no one else in the world will have. And that's because she's her mother. She didn't tell her much, but you put the information together with the motherly instinct and it's like, right?
Like a fire. Like she probably panicked and was in NA's ear. Like, and then she had other friends calling Nicole Atkinson, other friends texting her, do this and do that. And she just got, I don't know. I just think that she probably was overwhelmed. Nicole Atkinson, yeah.
Oh, I think that a lot of people have, I think that a lot of us are saying the same here. And that sounds totally possible to me. See, you guys are so wonderful, Joan, Pride or Honesty, and all of you guys. I've had that like sense about, Mrs. Rusick's part and Nicole Atkinson's part, and why people are blaming them, but it's really just them talking to each other. But I don't discuss this aspect of it much, and I didn't in my mind say, okay, well, let's put this into a coherent sentence that you could speak to someone else. I just haven't gone there, but you guys just said it perfectly.
Right. I think we all have good intentions.
Yeah, totally. So now I don't, oops. This is Debbie McLean, I'm sorry, who is also extremely smart. I tell her this all the time. I know you're probably blushing, aren't you, Debbie? Says, yeah, moms don't always say anything, but they hear everything. That is a mama's job, right? Mama bear.
That's awesome. I love that. I'm going to have to write that down.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my goodness. Let's see. So okay. So what do you mean by that? So you lie because you are overwhelmed. I'm not able to follow. I love all these people here.
I can say what I want to say about the lying.
Go ahead.
And where she wanted to be arrested and all. I mean, I know if I get pulled over by the police for anything, or my husband got pulled over, and just because of something he flowed through a stop sign, I start to panic. I have anxiety for no reason at all. And I don't know, it could be many reasons. And overwhelmed, I was just thinking, she lied. Maybe she lied to protect. Maybe she just lied because she didn't think it was going to be that serious, like of a thing. And everybody, I just think a lot of people were telling her to do this and do that. And she had her children that she was her daughter, her little one.
Right.
She knows she just dropped her off. She knew all the problems. Maybe they had tons of thoughts. I don't really know exactly what I think about the lying. I don't know. It could be, I could be so wrong. I don't want to believe that part. That could be it too.
Right. Yeah. Well, okay. So here's sort of what I think about this. So let me put all this together, maybe, or maybe I'm not. So Angelica, so what this is what I think. So let's take, for example, I was just watching AD and Lana. I think they came into agreement that using the Life 360 app and, you know, putting everything together, it looks like, and I agree like this. Nicole Atkinson was at the Watts residence at 2825 Saratoga Trail she was there at 2:11, but her car didn't pull up until like, I'm sorry, 2:11. Why did I say 12? Yeah, 12:11, noon and 11 minutes. But her car didn't pull up until 12:20, I think is the time. So she was there at 12:11, but her car didn't pull up until 12:20. And she said, you know, and she said she didn't get there until 12:20. I think her initial lie to law enforcement, like I was saying earlier, was I think her son was driving outside of his legal driving privileges. And I think, you know, being a mother, her first thing was to not get her son or herself, since her son was a minor, in trouble by letting the police know that he was driving outside of his legal driving privileges. So she tells that lie, and things start, the crap gets a little deeper. And, you know, she might be thinking, I don't know, this is just one of those maybe scenarios that it's only 9 minutes. Oh my God. I bet, like, if this is true, she was probably like freaking out about it. Holy cow, I lied to the police. I told them that I didn't get there until 12:20, but I was there earlier. You know, I lied to them because little Nick Jr. here was driving outside of his legal driving privileges. And, but, you know, if I tell them that now, they're going to keep questioning me, and this being questioned is really uncomfortable. And oh my God, and my friend was just murdered. And like, I can see how this can happen, you know?
Right. It's awful.
That's just what I think. I don't know. It's because, I don't know. Does that satisfy you as a possibility, Angelica? Oh, wait. Right.
Because I took it as Nick.
Well, I'm sorry, Joan. I just want to
okay.
respond to her. She says, what I mean is, why lie? 3 people are missing, and your go-to is a lie. I know. I know. I agree with you, but
Maybe she just thought that lie wasn't going to turn, like it was just going to fix itself. I think she really thought she'll come back. We'll find her. Who thinks that they're all going to be murdered? I don't know if she actually thought it through. Like, I don't know though.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is crazy because it does make you think, like, what? Well, why? Right. I guess I think we should just answer our questions and we'd be okay with that.
I know.
I'm just kidding. I don't mean that.
Well, I mean, I just think, you know, yeah. And Debbie, just so you know, Debbie McLean says, good point, Joan, because you are making very good points.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know. You know how
you're making good points. Please don't apologize for that. Keep doing it.
My family don't like to talk Watts. They think I'm out there. They're crazy. My husband's just like, what? I don't care about that stuff.
Well, you know what? We're probably, all of us here right now are probably here because, if my screen and text is blurry, it might be. I'm sorry about that. I just sort of, I didn't get up all my goods tonight, really. Probably all of us are here together because our loved ones are sick of hearing about Watts.
Exactly. I started talking to my children about it, and they're like, Mom, I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
Like, somebody's got to get into true crime, please.
Yeah, right. So let me just say,
I have 5 kids and not one of them.
So, hi, Crazy Cat Lady. How are you? Hi, Pla Karma Tenfold. Screen text blurry. It might be. I'm sorry if it is. This isn't, you know, I just got over COVID. Things are just the best they can be here. Denty and Shaz, I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you so much for coming by. And I will email you guys tomorrow, and I look forward to talking with you. And thank you for everything. I feel like just happy you guys are around. Let's see, what did they say? Actually, bedtime here. Yeah, it's late, right? Have a great stream. Email waiting you. Oh, good, waiting for you. Good. Drop us a line back, and we'll sort things out sometimes. We love what you're doing. Thank you. I love what you're doing as well. Take care and keep up the bloody great work. I wish I could do an English accent, but thank you so much. That means a lot to me, and I appreciate it. Oops, hold it. Cecile says, crazy welcome. Nobody's implying NA is involved in the murders. Not here. We're not. No way. No how. I don't think she was. And I'm not as protective of her as I am of the victims' families, but I don't really, I'm okay with discussing it. But when people accuse her, I don't, it personally, this isn't like a channel stance. Personally, this makes me uncomfortable. I don't know. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, Cecile. I appreciate that. You're a good egg. Thank you. So, all right. I think I'm going to get wrapping up because I want to go to bed early and keep getting better. But guys, so I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow night and Thursday night. And then my son and I are going to go away for the weekend to meet my best friend and her daughter at a water park. And we're just going to go back and have fun. And then, so I'll be away for the weekend and then I'll be back next week. And I'll also be putting out that it's going to be about a 60-minute video of NK and Chris Watts together again. And it's, that sort of dramatization, like in the first 10 minutes of this live stream with a preview, but I'm going to be embedding some information that I'm putting out there for the first time about NK and Chris Watts. And this is due to, a friend of mine talking to people on the inside. It's not going to be anything that we can't back up, but it'll be interesting to talk about it after the fact. I just want to
say to everybody good night and thank you so much for having me and listening to me.
You're wonderful, Joan. Thank you. We love you.
I love all of you too. I do. I respect everybody's opinion.
Oh, you do. You're great. And there's a lot of people in chat saying like thank you and they enjoyed hearing you and things along those lines. So thank you so much, Joan.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I'm trying to learn how to slow it down.
You're doing a good job, guys. Everybody give Joan a hand.
Thank you, everyone.
She has great things to say. Thank you, Joan.
Kelly, have fun. Enjoy yourself this weekend.
Thank you. I will. Awesome.
Good job.
Thank you, girl.
Bye-bye.
So, all right, guys. So all of you that are here, thanks for everything. Thanks for being here. And please do check out the interviews on CrimeTube with the sound enhanced and the air conditioning noise removed and other great videos having to do with the Watts case. So I'll be here tomorrow night live, Thursday night live, and I hope to see you there. Thank you guys that supported me, and welcome new viewers and subs. I'll see you tomorrow.